This is KGW News at noon.
We start today's newscast with the latest from Taiwan after the country was rocked by a deadly 7.4 magnitude earthquake. It's the strongest quake to hit Taiwan in 25 years, killing at least 9 people and injuring hundreds of others. Thanks for joining us here at noon. I'm Drew Carney. The U.S. Geological Survey says at least 29 aftershocks above a 4.0 magnitude have already occurred near the epicenter. Rescue efforts are underway at this hour for families who are still trapped inside collapsed buildings. NBC's Janice Mackey-Fryer brings us more this afternoon from mainland China.
This is the strongest earthquake to hit Taiwan in 25 years, magnitude 7.4, according to U.S. estimates, striking during the morning rush hour. In Taipei, city landmarks were rocking, houses were shaking, water was falling out of rooftop swimming pools. The tremors were felt 100 miles away and set off tsunami warnings in the Philippines, Japan, and here in China. The death toll has been rising, hundreds are injured, and dozens are said to be trapped on blocked roads, in tunnels, some workers stuck in rock quarries, and possibly people trapped under debris in partially collapsed buildings. The worst hit city is Hualien. It's on the eastern coast of Taiwan, about 11 miles from the earthquake's epicenter. Some buildings there are leaning very precariously. Emergency workers are now fanning out across Taiwan, but there have been dozens of aftershocks that they've been dealing with, and there is now also rain in the forecast, which should complicate rescue efforts even further.
Again, Janice Mackey-Fryer reporting for us here this afternoon. All right, let's get to some local headlines now. The southbound off-ramp of I-5 near the Moda Center is back open after it was shut down for several hours because of a deadly hit and run. Around 11 o'clock last night, Portland police got a call about a woman who was lying in the road. It appeared that she was hit by a car. When officers got to the woman, she had already died, but whoever hit her had taken off. Anyone with information about what happened should call Portland police. Meanwhile, about 80 asylum seekers here in Portland, including 30 children, face the possibility of living on the street by the end of this week. The nonprofit that was housing them ran out of money, and the alternative housing option offered up by Multnomah County was tents. The office of Portland City Commissioner Renee Gonzalez is meeting with the Red Cross to find a better solution. Here's KGW's Blair Best with more.
Inside a hotel by the Portland airport, 80 asylum seekers are on borrowed time.
Me llamo Gabriela Morales, soy venezolana, vengo de Venezuela.
This is Gabriela. She and her daughter left Venezuela for America 6 months ago. She was told she'd find help in Portland as she waits for her asylum claim to process.
Yo pasé mucho trabajo en Chicago, no teníamos nada y me dijeron que aquí era mejor, que estaba aquí mejor, que si había trabajo, que si ayudaban aquí.
A local nonprofit called Emerge has been paying for her to stay in this hotel for the past month. That nonprofit ran out of money last week. Gabriela tries not to think about it.
No quería ni siquiera pensar en eso porque en realidad no tenemos a dónde irnos.
So again, 80 people that make up 20 families, including 30 children, all under the age of 12, could end up on the street come the end of this week.
The money had just run out. The organization couldn't pay any longer, and so we were looked at as a resource.
Grace Zarpak is a policy advisor for Commissioner Renee Gonzalez. They spent about $10,000 from their own budget to keep the families in the hotel for one more week. That ends this Friday. So they've asked the county to step in, and we're told they gave them 24 four-person tents.
It's a heightened concern. We were very concerned because with tents doesn't come hygiene, being able to go to the bathroom, shower, things like that.
Dennis Therault is a spokesperson for Multnomah County.
We're seeing so many folks coming here, and we have this group of folks, we have so many other folks who have come through. And I think the chair's office is a little disappointed in the state a little bit for not coming up with even more resources.
Does the county see tents as a humane solution here?
We're talking about doing more than tents. So that was some of the discussion, if there couldn't be anything else worked out for those folks. But like I said, we are in conversations with the partners about how we can fill the gap in the short term for those folks and also going forward.
The prospect of offering tents with no place to place them to 80 refugees, including 39 children, is unconscionable.
The nonprofits supporting these families told KGW in an email that they're grateful for the city's response. They know no one wants to see children sleep outside. A nightmare, closer to becoming reality for mothers like Gabriela.
No sé qué decirle, lo que queremos es que nos ayude, que por eso se ha hecho lo que se ha hecho y hemos buscado de tratar la manera de que vean que necesitamos la ayuda en realidad, porque no tenemos a dónde irnos, estamos aquí esperando.
Blair Best, KGW News.
There's also some growing concern this afternoon about the new law in Oregon that was just signed by Governor Kotek that will recriminalize drug possession in the state starting this September. So part of this new law allows individual counties to set up deflection programs that would let police send drug users to treatment centers instead of going to jail. We talked to the director of Recovery Works Northwest about that. The nonprofit's medically managed detox center houses 16 people, and the director there says there's only 95 beds for similar treatment in all of Multnomah County. So at this point, he's worried that there really isn't enough space to make a deflection program work.
We're full as it is. So putting every officer on the street looking for folks that are either going to go to jail or take detox is going to result in a lot more calls our way.
Oregon's Criminal Justice Commission estimates that the new law will lead to more than 1,300 new convictions for drug possession every year. All right, we're going to take a break from our news headlines for just a minute here with a live look outside by way of our Rose City Skycam. So it's about 52 degrees outside right now. Yesterday at this time, Chris, we were working our way up to the upper 70s.
We hit 78 degrees yesterday at PDX, the warmest day of the year. Not quite a record, by the way. The record for yesterday was 79, but certainly almost a summer-like feel to our Tuesday, April 2nd, to be replaced with this. This is not a map that you like to see after a nice little tease of spring, right? This is showing us the change in temperature over the last 24 hours. It's 18 degrees cooler right now than it was yesterday in Chehalis at this time. It's 10 degrees cooler right now here in Portland. The Dalles, Redmond, Hermiston all hit 80. Medford hit 81 degrees yesterday. Right now, Medford's a solid 15 to 20 degrees cooler than 24 hours ago. So you can see the change of air mass here across the Northwest that was swept in with that cool front that came through late last night. We also have some light rain. Actually, some rain outside our studios right now. This is a live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera over downtown Portland. It is currently 52 in downtown. It's 49 in Vancouver. Vancouver was 78 degrees yesterday, or 77, excuse me. Eugene was 79. They're currently 47. It's 41 in Sun River. It's 43 in Bend. So you get the idea. Big changes across the region. And as anticipated, as that colder air continues to work its way in aloft, that sets the stage for these instability showers to pop up. And so those will likely become even a little bit more numerous as we head through the afternoon. There's one passing right over downtown, another one through the east side of Vancouver, and a couple more now rolling out of the hills through Clatsop County into Columbia County. So through the rest of the afternoon, 53 might be optimistic, but I'll keep us there, Drew, because I don't have the heart to put 40s on there, like we will see tomorrow afternoon, possibly with showers. So obviously a big cool down. It's not all gloom and doom. My 7-day forecast features a stair stepping up towards some warmer weather as well. We'll look at that in just a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll see that, Chris, here in less than 10 minutes, as a matter of fact. All right, let's get back to some other local news headlines now. Portland Public Schools interim superintendent is expected to present the district's proposed budget cuts to the school board at the end of this month. The district is looking to cut $30 million from its budget. We've heard before that the money will come from both central operations and schools themselves, but the board will have to approve the proposed cuts by June in order for them to take effect. In Vancouver, 5 men are behind bars in connection with an armed robbery and a shooting that happened at a C-Tran bus stop. Police say they got a call Sunday night about a disturbance at the Vine Turtle Place stop in downtown Vancouver. The scene was empty, though, by the time officers got there. But then, several blocks away, a man called 911 after he was shot in the stomach. Officers tracked down all 5 suspects on a bus, saying they had drugs on them, a handgun, and some of the victim's belongings, including his shoes. The man who was shot is expected to recover. Also in Clark County, deputies arrested a man who's accused of shooting and killing an acquaintance with a bow and arrow. Witnesses say the two were fighting early yesterday morning in front of a home in the Minnehaha neighborhood just north of Vancouver. The sheriff's office says the suspect, Richard Vanderhoek, called 911 himself to report what happened. We also spoke to a woman who lives in that neighborhood.
I look out and I see a body with an arrow sticking out in front of my house. So I was very confused at this point. I went out and asked. The cops were questioning me, and I never thought that this would happen in my neighborhood.
Again, deputies arrested Vanderhoek, and he's facing a second-degree murder charge.